Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. The NBA season, believe it or not, is only a month away, and we need to start taking a look at 5 teams that could be on the rise, not only in the NBA standings, but in the NBA value as well here for your NBA picks coming up this season. The first team I think we have to look at here out west is the Minnesota Timberwolves, with Tom Thibodeau coming in with a young offense and a young group of core players with Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins leading the way. This team has a lot of room to grow and a lot of upside, could potentially be a playoff contender and definitely a 45 to 50 win team here in the Western Conference if all goes well. The Western Conference not as good as it was in past years. Do not sleep on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Don't think they're going to be completely undervalued by the sportsbooks, but could definitely be values in the defense department with Tibbs coming over. This team has a lot of young upside on defense. The Indiana Pacers, I think, are next up here. The offseason acquisitions that they've had, bringing in Thaddeus Young and bringing in Jeff Teague. This is a team on the rise as well, and Paul George could be in store for a huge season this year, coming off of a very good year last year after being out the entire year 2 years ago. Played on Team USA, which is always a help to the guys' off-season power. I think he could potentially compete for the MVP this year. Indiana Pacers might be the next best team outside the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference this season. Not too far down from the standings of the Boston Celtics, too. The offseason acquisition of Al Horford, and with Brad Stevens getting every inch and every pound out of these guys here that he has right now, with a guy like Al Horford coming in to couple with Isaiah Thomas, that is a mean 1-2 punch along with some of the other guys that they have. They can stay healthy. They got a lot of young talent, a lot of young wing players. If a couple of those guys start budding as well, the Boston Celtics could very easily get a home court advantage spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Now, another team that I think is going to go way under the radar just because they are the smallest of markets and they really don't get the respect they deserve anyways is the Memphis Grizzlies. Marc Gasol and Mike Conley are both healthy now. Conley coming off signing that huge deal, bringing in Chandler Parsons along with the mix of guys that they already had. A great group of young players combined with veterans like Vince Carter and Tony Allen. This is a very, very good team and could also challenge for the 4 or 5 spot in the Western Conference as they typically do. But for some reason, I think after last season, especially with all the injuries they had and how they disappointed down the stretch, you could really see people undervalue them heading into the 2016-2017 season. Now, I think this one might surprise some people, but I truly believe that the Philadelphia 76ers could actually be an okay team, possibly even up to 30 to 35 wins here. That would be a huge improvement for this club, but with Ben Simmons and Dario Saric coming over, Joel Embiid may be healthy for the whole season. They could end up trading a big man to bring in another guy. They signed Gerald Henderson. I mean, this is a team on the rise. Definitely, especially if you're thinking about just how many more wins they'll have compared to last season. I think is one of the metrics I used to kind of judge this video and article. But Philadelphia 76ers could be a very good team this year. And even though they may still be a year or two away from the playoffs, they could really be an upset play in some of these NBA picks coming up against better teams. They could surprise some people along the way. So do not sleep on the Philadelphia 76ers this season. That'll do it for me this time. Make sure you check out all of our NBA futures odds page here at sbrforum.com. Definitely some great tools here for the NBA coming up for your handicapping, and especially take a look at our SBR odds page here for all the NBA preseason lines, which should be coming out very, very soon. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.
Go to sbrodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.